Julie here from Copies What I Use for Revision, and in today's video I'm going to be actually sharing tips and advice for parents to help their children with GCSE revision, because being a bit busy mum of two teenagers myself, I know how difficult it can be to find the time to juggle everything and then help your child with GCSE revision. So that's why today's video I'm actually going to teach you some tips and tricks to help your children with revision that will actually make revision more fun, quicker, and whereby they will store the information for longer by using some memory techniques that I came across first of all over 10 years ago, and it actually works so effectively because it actually stores information, especially boring lists of information, into your long-term memory, meaning you can remember them forever. So I was really excited then when I came across a book called Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall System, which actually demonstrates some of these memory techniques that I came across, because I'm just amazed that not more people know about them. Alright, so basically he gives an introduction and then he explains the 3 memory systems he's going to be covering in the book. The first memory system is called Dr. Chan's alphabet system, and this actually is where he actually shows you to store images as a coding system to every letter of the alphabet. So basically you've got 26 different images to attach to 26 different letters of the alphabet. And he then demonstrates how you can use this memory technique then to learn boring lists of information, because it's a proven fact that we retain and learn things easier when it's in an image form rather than just as boring facts. Now, one of the examples he gives is how to actually learn the first 10 moons of Jupiter just by using this alphabet system. You'll be amazed that within a few minutes of having learned this system of how you'll remember the 10 moons of Jupiter. Now, when you'll ever need to know the 10 moons of Jupiter, I have no idea, but it's still quite an impressive thing to be able to tell somebody. But I mean, he actually shows you how you can apply it to all subjects across the curriculum. The next memory technique he covers, number 2, is called the Dr. Chan's Sequential Story Linking System. And that is where you actually link different items within a story. And I say again, you use images to do this because images are a very powerful way for storing information. And it's really clever when he demonstrates how to use this technique to learn like long paragraphs of information. For example, you can learn some psychology and biology facts like the human eye. You can learn all the different parts just by linking it through a story. You go through a portal, he teaches you how to do it, and then you just link it then in a story, and you can recall it for a very long time because this one will stay in your memory for longer. The third memory technique he deals with is called Dr. Chan's Rooms of the Mind. And this is one I've personally used quite a lot of. I use the others as well, but I use this one in particular. And it's whereby you attach different facts to different items within a room, so that every time you think of those items in the room, for example, a cushion or a table or a chair, it will remind you and prompt you of a fact of information that you're trying to learn. Apparently, this is how a lot of Shakespearean actors have actually remembered their lines, just by simply remembering and placing a line onto an item within a room. Okay, and then he actually gives you an appendix then. Appendix 1 covers how to remember dates. And again, it's no surprise to know that dates are actually easily remembered when you actually apply an image to them. For example, if I was to say to you 61, if you want to remember 61, one sort of thing that comes immediately to mind that rhymes with it is sickly bun. So if you think of a bun being sick, I'm sure you'd agree, you'll remember a bun being sick more than you will remember 61. And he gives you examples of how to actually link and remember numbers by linking them to funny sort of images. He also teaches you how you can use the previous memory technique, the SSL, or the sequential story linking system, to remember dates as well. So you'll be able to then remember dates like the Battle of Trafalgar or the abolition of slavery much easier. And then there's another appendix, Appendix 2, and that's how to memorise a pack of playing cards. I don't know if you're like me and you've ever wondered how those magicians and illusionists remember a pack of playing cards, because I mean, we'd love to think it's actual magic, but it's not. It's actually where they've used the techniques, some of the techniques particularly covered in this book, to learn a whole pack of cards. And then Dr. Chan within this manual then spends time on a chapter showing you exactly how you can learn how to do this, and you will be able to memorise a pack of cards to impress your family and friends. Then you get the bonus material, and that's the amazing effects of goal setting, and he actually tells you how to effectively goal set from a young age and the right things to do and the wrong things to do. Then we get an appendix 3, which is resources, where he actually gives you resources to other learning facilities similar to this one that you can use to apply for memory techniques. And then the final appendix, appendix 4, that covers the 7 revision study hacks you can use to boost your grades. And like it says pretty much on the tin, it's where he actually reveals 7 effective revision study hacks that you can use to get the best grades. Because what he says is the difference sometimes in GCSE between getting a C and an A-star grade is knowing these memory systems, these easier, quicker memory systems, and applying them to exams. Because Dr. Chan, believe it or not, I know you would think he's probably was a high flyer, an academic, and he actually wasn't. He was predicted by his school teachers that he was only going to get 3 very mediocre grades at O-level, which we now refer to as GCSE. But he actually had a love of illusion and magic, and it was applying this passion to his revision and his exams that actually got him to go on and get 7 decent grades at GCSE or O-level as they were then, and to go on to get a maths and engineering degree. Okay, so if you want to know more about this and you actually want to apply these sort of revision techniques into your child's revision, and I would strongly urge you to look up these revision tips and techniques because they're much, much easier than a lot of the traditional ones that we use, then just click on the link below this video and it'll take you then to the sales page. It will give you a little bit more information and then the opportunity to buy. What I would state though is that it's an affiliate link, so there is a chance I could be paid a commission if you use my link to purchase, but it won't cost you any extra because any eligible commission will be paid direct to me by the merchant. I also want to stress, and I can't stress this enough, that my opinions are not influenced in any way by commissions. My opinions are based solely and truthfully on what I've actually used or I'm using at the moment. And within my review, you'll see that I do a balance because I actually show the bad bits, the things that I think could have been done better within my review. So don't forget to read it to the end so you can see the bad bits as well, so you can make a better informed choice. Okay, so that's it for today's tips and techniques on better revision ways that you can help your children with their GCSEs. And in particular, a review of this great book, which I urge you to get if you are looking for easier ways and quicker ways to help your children with GCSE revision, because it helps with all sorts of subjects. And again, it's called Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall System. And finally, just want to say that there is a full 30-day money-back guarantee. So there's absolutely everything to gain and nothing to lose. Okay, good luck with revision. Speak to you again on another video soon.